Okay. 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 So, for some reason, for some reason, it's like, oh, I'm gonna turn this because there's a lot of people before for the Shindo stuff asking about my grind set on Shindo. Plus, whenever I do VODs now, I would, I'm doing it in video format. So for today, we're going over my grind set because I know Shindo's bound to update. So I know that Shiva Kuma's gonna get like absolutely melted. It's gonna be gutted, but there's not much people can do about that, me included. I'm gonna miss it. I am gonna miss it, but not much you can do. Not much you can do. Hello, AMR. I don't know what to call you. AMR. When I'm playing JGS, I'm probably not even gonna play JGS today. I'm probably not playing JGS today. Because if I'm being honest, majority of the time I do JJS stuff, people tend to ruin it. Like last time I done JJS, it's like people ruined the whole thing. I was gonna do a JJS video. People decided I'm gonna be annoying and not bother listening. I follow every Shindo Life Lover, appreciate the follow. Last time I gave everyone workshop. Yeah, last time I gave everyone workshop because I was trying to do a video and everyone inside the entire video was just complaining about movesets and stuff. So I decided, you know what, bun it. I'm not doing it. You ask me to play a game I don't have 2x. Like, that's not... I don't have the game. Like, stop asking me to play a game I don't have. I don't have the game. Anyway. What Dragon Ball? It can wait for a different day. It can wait. Alright. I'm very tired. I went for a nice... Look, I done like 3 hours of just walking around. Genuinely, on my walk today, I think I got lost. I just remembered the certain direction. I just know the direction of like the certain way that I went, and I just went in the opposite direction. Yo, bro, that's it, but you're looking cute, thank you. But anyway, let's go. Maybe if I can follow and hello. But anyway, like I said in today's whole thing, we're going over the what was it? Oh yeah, grind set. We're going over the grind set. Game name Shindo. Let me do something. Kashi, stop telling me to play something else, bro. This is for a video. For a YouTube video. Don't know why. Not why you keep telling me play something else. Told you the stream's gonna be split up into segments now. What's your favorite color? And if it isn't the grind set, ooh, oh no, I never really thought about favorite colors and stuff, to be fair. But I don't know. I like yellow. Like, I guess I like yellow. Like, I don't have a favorite color, but if I had to say one, for probably yellow. What's the drip? Puppet clothing and a hat. That's it. It's not. It's just puppet clothes, a few accessories, and a hat. How many hours do I sleep a day? I always sleep 8.5. I get the deserved amount or the required amount. Yes, yellow. Yes, Bulma. If I had to say one, it'll probably be yellow. Where's the code at? I'm gonna put the code on screen in a minute. In a minute. What's the code? It's too small. Yeah, I'm gonna put the code on screen. Just give me 2 seconds. What change up the? Uh, I want to see something black. Hang on. Wait, wait. I want to say something, but like any other color, you chose yellow. Yeah, I like yellow. What's wrong with yellow? What's wrong with yellow, bro? The thing is, the thing is as well, right? People don't understand, or you don't understand, Bulma, right? In Dragon Ball, the Nimbus Cloud is yellow. It's that type of yellow. You're acting like you're acting like that. No, I'm not sending you the code. It's on screen now. You can join. But anyway, it's like the Nimbus Cloud is yellow. That's the type of yellow that I like. That type of yellow is the type of yellow that I like. You a deep sleeper? Yeah, I think so. I would say so. I think. You're on KOS. My KO. What's KOS? Console? I'm on keyboard and mouse, if that's what you're asking. But send me the code Sunyon. It's on the TikTok screen. It's literally on the screen right now. Site. What are you talking about? Talking about? What are you talking about? My reputation isn't even bad. Do you mean when? What are you talking about? All right, but anyway, no, I refuse. No. Why am I refusing? Uh, cause it's a grind video today. That's probably why. I wanna. Looks like someone just woke up. You're saying someone just woke up? I've been out literally the whole day. I just got back home. I do a lot of stuff. Hobo got mod ages ago. Hobo is there as a precaution in case 2x decides to just not do anything about or take anything seriously, you know? What element is that? No. Come on, mercy. Mercy. Don't be like that. I don't trust the Eisen users. Because they do shit like this. Every time. Every time. 2x takes a lot seriously. I know he does, but I'm saying just in case 2x isn't there, you're there, you know? Alright, where's a good spot to trust the video? How many trusted adults? And well, it's none of your business to be honest. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Next week I'm not here. See? That's why. What the fuck? Alright, there you go, there you go. Alright. Where's the good spot? What do you think is a good spot to start the video? What do you think is Alright, yeah, what do you think a good spot is to start the video? Should I do higher elevation? Like this building? I feel like this one would be a good pick. Like right here. Like, do this. Maybe. Maybe. I think this is a good spot for the video. You see the whole map and stuff. It's all clear. I think it's good. We're facing this way. Like that. I think. Come on, come on. No, 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 no. Can I be in your video? It's my birthday. You can be in the video if you're in the server. You're gonna be in the video if you're in the server. So if you're in here, you're in the video technically. Ah, I'm actually like very chill right now. I'm actually very chill right now. Alright, but anyway, I'm not adding one to any party just yet. Entity, come on, bro. Come on. Oh wait, hang on, no, thank you. You made myself I don't have to hold shift for the camera, thank you. Can you both like get on the bottom bit though? Just one bit below me. Literally just one bit below me, because I'm trying to do the intro. Just one bit below me, I beg. Go on the bit below me. Like this little building, house, roof thing, whatever. Just the one bit, yeah, 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 yeah. You can go there, I just need like, I'm gonna be looking down this way. So it'll be best if I'm on top to be fair. Alright, anyway, what was that I needed to do? Oh yeah, nah, maybe, actually. Let me just, oh, don't tell me I'm like, okay, good, wait. There you go, okay, good. You look chill down there. No, I don't have the automatic thing again. Fuck. Alright, whatever. I have to hold shift anyway. Okay, so we're gonna go over the grind set. I don't know how the video would go though, or the intro. But let's see, something along the lines of blah, 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 blah. Something. Okay. I'm not gonna do that YouTube voice because that shit is low-key annoying. So I'll speak up, but I won't do anything like that. But anyway. Actually, no. Actually, wait, no. There's no point doing the intro now. Actually, wait, yeah. There's no point doing the intro now because I'll just film the intro later. That's what I just realized. I'm supposed to do the intro later. I've wasted all this time about the intro. I'm not even doing it. But anyway, let's just get to the actual kit, right? I'm gonna explain to you, or to everyone, how the kit works. I'm gonna be going on about the certain methods to kill bosses like really quickly, and also like for like kind of, it's not really gate kept. It's just a lot of people not know about it. A lot of people don't know about most techs. So I'm gonna show people the techs and stuff for things. Alright. Anyway, for the start of this grind set, just to clarify, you don't need a mentor, and it doesn't really rely on your rank or anything. As long as you have like maxed out chi and nin, that's pretty much all that matters. Because this build is very, very like noob friendly. On top of the fact that there's a lot of things about this build that most builds don't include. On top of, you know, a bunch of text that I'm also going to be sharing. So it is very, very. This is going to be very, very simple, right? And instead of just like yapping and telling you all the stuff, I might as well show you and apply the stuff as I tell you. Because majority of the time, when I tend to talk about things, it's just like I tend to yap and yap and yap. Wait, how do you get your clothes? I don't see them in custom. It's puppet clothes. It's puppet clothes. It needs to be in puppet, I think. Is it puppet? I don't know. But anyway. Alright, so for this grind moveset, the one that I'm particularly using, I feel like is the best one that I've come up with so far. And it's the most beginner friendly as well. There's a lot of things that can be interchangeable based on people's opinions, but obviously this is like the main build that I use, that I went from basically rank like the bottom of the barrel rank to the top rank, and I found this out ages ago, right? So without further ado, let's just get into how the build is. So first of all, right, this build is very interchangeable. Like I said, you can change a lot of things based on like, I don't know, there's going to be sections of the build where there's going to be like companions. Lags back, holy. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of segments about companions. Going to be segments about movement. It's going to be segments about which skills do the best or the most amount of damage to like specific bosses, and which skills do the most amount of damage in general. And judging by my hotbar, you can clearly see the build already, but there are a few things and a few texts I want to go over as well. So anyway, let's get on to the actual build. So in my first slot is a companion, right? You don't need to have like this specific slots. Have the slots in the way that you feel comfortable. But with me, I don't use my R a lot when I, you know, do grinding. For some reason, I don't tend to. So I have this as my companion, right? Now, this realistically can be any companion in the game, right? And the only reason why I say a companion is good for a grind set isn't because of the extra damage that you can get, right? It isn't because like, oh, companions do damage to bosses and they can die really quickly. Like, yes, the companion could help you fight the boss, but the companion is mainly there to tank damage for you. Like, for example, right? My companion is Minakaze, right? It's level 1,000. Now, like I said, you can use any companion in the game because I'm pretty sure that every single companion has the same amount of health, right? And the moment you attack something, your companion will keep attacking said thing and go right next to it the entire time until the thing that you're trying to kill is dead, right? So, for example, if you're trying to, I don't know, if you're trying to fight Kurama Gen 3 is like a really, really good example because a lot of people tend to try to fight Kurama Gen 3 and get the new, Gen 3 or whatever. Especially since, like Shindo Life is like up and coming and it's like there's a lot of new stuff for Endgame and there's a lot of new stuff for like new players. Um, but yeah, in terms of ranking up and just in general, mainly you would want to have something to tank damage. So that's where any companion in the game, like I said, it could be any companion. It really doesn't matter. Like I said, they have the same amount of health. As long as you get to level 1,000, regardless if you're level 1, they will tank damage for you until they're dead. And even if your companion dies, I know it's like kind of like a bug, but when your companion dies, you can instantly summon it again before the cooldown goes off. I don't know what it is about Shindo. There's a lot of features that not a lot of people know about, and one of the features that or techs that I'm gonna call it techs or whatever, is when your companion dies, you have a certain amount of time to spawn it in again before the cooldown comes up. So the moment it dies, the cooldown doesn't come up immediately. It's like if you despawn it, the cooldown comes immediately. But if the companion dies to anything such as a boss, another player, like any NPC or like any other player in the game, you're gonna be able to just respawn it immediately with basically no cooldown at all. Alright, let's move on to the second slot. For my second slot, right? I saw you. I saw you, bro. Come on. Leave me alone. Alright. But anyway, for my second slot, you don't need to have this particular thing, right? I just tend to have it because, one, it synergizes a lot with my race. Like I said, you can be the base race, have no mentor. You don't need like all of this stuff, right? But I have this because not a lot of people that are new to the game have races, and it's really good to have any movement skill in the game. Just any movement skill. Any skill that allows you to go from point A to point B just extremely quick, I would say is more worth than having a skill that does a lot of damage, right? So the reason why I say a movement skill is most people don't have races or mentors. So most people don't have in chi dashing, Y dashes, extra jumps from races like Shinobi or I don't know, Puppet. Celestial is a good pick as well for movement, but a lot of people tend to not have those things. So a good way for you to go from point A to point B without needing a race or anything is just having a movement skill. So I tend to have Demon Warp as my movement skill, and pretty much it's just like it's a simple skill where you just go from point, like, you go really quick. You can go in one direction. It does reset jumps, so if you happen to be a complete noob and you get to S rank and you become a shinobi, you can use Demon Warp to you can use your X dash, use Demon Warp, and then do the double X dash again. So for example, right, if I want to go from here to this tree over here that I'm looking at, right, I could do double jump, Demon Warp, and then X dash again, and then I've gone past where I normally go. If you're Shinobi, you're going to go a lot further than I did because you have 2 X dashes instead of 1. But I was just showcasing how people with no Shinobi, with no race in general or no mentor can actually like do good movement from boss to boss and stuff. Alright, so in terms of damage, this is where the build, from this point forward, this build is going to be or what I'm going to be talking about is consistent of damage. So from this point forward, everything I'm going to be talking about is every single skill in the game that just does a crap ton of damage in the quickest amount of time, because normally when you do bosses, you want to kill it as quickly as possible. You want to get as much EXP as possible, so you want to like do it efficiently. You want to go from boss to boss. You want to waste no time. So for the rest of this build, it's just going to be modes that is good for damage, moves or elements or bloodlines are going to be good for damage, and certain weapons that can also be good for damage as well. So for the elements that I'm using, or the specific elements that, is good for grinding, it's earth and acid, right? Acid in general just does a shit ton of damage. There's no debate. Anyone that's played the game for at least more than a week and you've had acid, everyone knows that acid is just top tier for grinding. It's just top tier. It's the best for grinding, hands down. There's genuinely no other like competitor to acid, right? There's no other competitor. However, what a lot of people overlook is how good earth is. Earth is also really good as well. Now, most of the skills, apart from the first skill, doesn't do much damage towards any sort of boss, right? But Earth Wall, or Earth Pillars, is pretty much a secondary or tertiary skill replacement for the spikes, right? So, as most of my Shindo Life OGs know, Apollo Sand has this spike move, this big spike move. And that big spike move does a lot of damage to big bosses such as Gen 3 Kurama, Gen 3s in general. It does a lot of damage to like Jinchuriki bosses. Pretty much any boss that isn't human. Any boss that doesn't have a human HP bar or is human looking, it does a lot of damage to, right? Now, Earth Pillars work the same way as the spikes do. However, the only issue that a lot of people have with the spike move is that the spikes don't tend to hit humanoid bosses multiple times like the spike does, right? So what a lot of people tend to... Let me just go over here. So what a lot of people tend to do as a replacement that a lot of people tend to overlook is Earth Pillars. It's this skill. It just does a lot of, it does, like, the hitbox is massive for each pillar, right? And also, what a lot of people don't know is that if you use Earth Pillars on humanoid bosses, the humanoid bosses get pushed back as the pillars come up. So as you use the skill on humanoid bosses, they get pushed back as the spikes come up. So they get hit multiple times by Earth Pillars. So not only is Earth Pillars really... For fuck's sake, I might have to like... You know what? You know what? You lot can stay in that server. I'm going to a different one. I can't be asked to have this fucking background shit of all these people just... Like, I'm trying to do a video. It's like a bunch of people just doing random bullshit in the background. It's like, it's low-key funny, but I can't have it in the video. Because they're probably not going to hear me. They're just going to hear everyone else fighting and shit. I know, like, I find it funny and stuff, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm trying to do a video. I'm trying to do a video right here. But, anyway, let's go up here again. I'll just go up here, fuck it. Should I explain everything, or should I just... Nah, there's no point, there's no point. So for Earth Pillar in general, right, the way that it works is when you get like a humanoid boss, or like a regular boss that takes knockback, as you do the skill, it pushes whatever person you're doing it to back, right? And it's especially good for humanoid bosses because, like I said, the bosses get pushed back as the spikes come up. So I can show you on Headless Korashi because that's a... Never mind, he's on cooldown. I'll do the examples on how it works later, I guess, because I'm not waiting like 2 minutes just for an example, Loki. I'm not doing that. Where should I go? I can go up here again. Alright. Actually, let me re-explain the elements bit, because low-key, like, there was a lot of people fighting behind me, so I have to re-explain it. So for the two elements that I specifically use, it is earth and acid. Now, a lot of people that play Shinobi Life, or Shindo Life as a lot of people know it now, or Shindo Life 2, a lot of people tend to realize that acid, even the new people, acid just does the most damage, period, point blank, and it is the number one thing for PvE. If you have acid and you're trying to do PvE against bosses, just bosses in general, actually, not even like, it is like, acid is just the best for any boss in the game, pretty much. Now this might be a little bit controversial, but a lot of people tend to overlook how good earth is as a skill, especially earth pillars, like the last skill called earth pillars. The way that earth pillars work, right, is pretty much the same as the way that Apollo Sand Spike work, right? Now, if all of my, if all my OGs out there, you might know this skill, which is the Apollo Sand Spikes, which, if anyone knows, does a lot of damage to Gen 2s, Gen 3s, just any boss that isn't human, pretty much. Any boss that isn't human, it just does a lot of damage. Or non-humanoid bosses, as people in Shindo tend to call it. So the way that Earth Pillars work is the same way, but for humanoid bosses, it thrives when it comes to humanoid bosses. Because I can't say as I said before, because I've explained this 3 fucking times, but because people want to be in the background and shit, it's like, oh, I have to remember that I'm trying to explain something to people once, like for the first time, whatever. So how do I say? How do I make it so like, ooh, okay. Let me just think of a way to explain it in the best way possible. Actually, no, the best way to actually explain it would be like give an example. Actually, so fuck it. Where's Karashi? Let's do this. Why not use the Inchiki Z spec? Because the Inchiki Z spec, like, sure, does a lot of damage, but you need to charge it up and stuff. That's why. But anyway, back to the video now. So the specific way that Earth Pillars work is that the moment you do the skill, each pillar hits the NPC or the boss that you're fighting. But not only does each pillar hit, it also pushes back the boss like with the pillars. Never mind, that was a terrible example because the boss just like TP'd right to me, like, hello. Okay, this is terrible. This is terrible. Terrible example. Terrible example. I have to wait for cooldowns and shit. I have to wait for cooldowns. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so the way that Earth Pillars work is that the NPC or the boss that you're trying to fight gets pushed back, as well as, each spike hitting them in that certain area, right? So with one skill, I just did 100,000 damage to a humanoid boss, and nowadays, especially with Shiva Kuma being seen as getting nerfed, that is a lot of damage to to a humanoid boss, because there's not a lot of ways to do a lot of damage to humanoid bosses, and that's not including the extra stats that people get from being in mode and stuff. So it does even more damage than what most people think it does. Now, since I'm over here at Headless Karashi, I might as well show you how acid works as well, if I'm not just going to get permastun, like, holy fucking shit. Now, the way that acid also works is that you want to be as close to the boss as possible, and you just do... Okay, if I can actually do the fucking hand signs to do the skill, please. Thank you. Never mind, I'm facing straight. You know what? Hang on. This boss is a terrible example. This boss is a terrible fucking example. Where's Dryamaki, actually? Where's Dryamaki? I can't be asked. And that's low-key weird. Don't know why you would say that. It's low-key weird. Wait, no, Dry Market spawns up here. There you go. Anyway, another good skill that is, or another good element skill that people tend to use is Acid Wave. Now, like I said, it's very hard to do a lot of burst damage to, humanoid bosses in particular, because unlike Shadow Spikes, there's not a lot of options when it comes to doing a lot of damage, right? So, Earth Pillars before done roughly 110, close to 120,000 damage. Acid, however, if I'm not going to get shafted by the actual boss again, if I'm not going to get shafted by the actual boss again, if the boss doesn't have iframes the entire time, like, holy shit, the bosses over here suck. Bosses genuinely over here suck. It's just spam. It's literally just spam TPs. There's nothing I can do. Like, holy fucking shit. Anyway. Anyway. So Earth Pillars did 110,000 damage when I showcased it. Close to 120,000 damage. Now Earth Wave does only 50k. What the fuck? Okay, that's not... Okay, whatever. You know what? Matter of fact, you know what? Fuck examples. Matter of fact, fuck examples. I'm just gonna showcase everything because these bosses are like they don't stay still. They don't do anything. I can't showcase on these bosses because J June's bosses fucking suck. And if I'm being so for real, holy, holy. Do a Minakaze boss. It will be better. Show freefall. What's freefall? Loki don't know. Loki don't know what that is. But anyway, it was in the update. Free fall? What? No, but what is? I don't know what that is. Free fall. I don't know. No, I might have to. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm just gonna record the video at a different time. Actually, matter of fact. Yeah, I'll just record the video at a different time because I'm realizing a lot of people want to grind and stuff. Look, the freefall animation isn't here yet. Look, look, it isn't here yet. Yeah, we know. Knew them. Why'd you? No, it wasn't you. Oh, you have the same profile picture. That's why I got confused. But anyway, this is for my TikTok audience, right? Because obviously this VOD is going to be turned. Like I was hoping to turn it into a video, but I might do this at a different time anyway. So I'm just gonna quickly explain everything because like people can copy and stuff, right? All right, so put it simple, right? You already know how the companion works, right? You already know how Demon Warp works. It's just something to tank damage. Demon Warp is something to do movement to get from one boss to the other just extremely quickly if you don't have a mentor or a race, when you don't have chi dashing, like wide dashing. Obviously I don't have wide dashing, I can get it but I don't have it. Shinobi, when it had the 2x dashes, it's like there's a lot of things that people don't tend to have. So movement just in general was really good. You don't need to have Demon Warp in particular. You can have I don't fucking know. Things like Magma Spirit Bomb, really good. Santa's Slave on OG is also really good. You can use skills that are like really easy to get, like Satai Inferno Bomb Rush, where you just do like a Sharingan or whatever. You just get a little bit of extra movement speed for a few seconds, and it doesn't stun you after you use the skill. So like it's just free movement, like really really good movement. But Yeah, you can use like any skill that it gives you a boost to movement speed. You can even use dagger wire if you need to. But anyway, for elements, it's acid and earth. You can switch up the skills for acid and earth, like you know, earth wall. You can switch up skills for earth wall, like because earth wall is like a really good damage dealing element move. So like if I come over to the logs over here, right? Even on one log, I'll show you on one log. It's like it doesn't do a lot of damage, right? But most of the time, bosses are going to be moving towards you. So as the move, or like as the big line of earth comes up out of the ground, they're going to be running into the earth that's coming up, and also the skill itself. It's going to be a lot of damage. What's the point in using shadow if you're not using the spec? I'm getting into that. I haven't done explaining everything yet. Like, I do use the spec for big bosses. I just tend to use Shiva Kuma because there's a lot more humanoid bosses in the game than there are Gen 3s. But anyway, and you don't have to apologize or anything. I'm telling you, I haven't explained anything yet. All right. Anyway, yeah, you can quick swap. Yeah, I know. You can just do this. Just do this. Just quick swap. You can't switch loadouts when you're in combat. See, if you're mentioning the how you can have like move sets and stuff, because I do have move sets for PvP and stuff, but you can't you can't switch move sets when you're in PvP or when you're in combat. It's like, look, if I was to come over to the logs and I hit the logs, if I'm in danger, look, it says danger on top of my screen. Can't switch loadout in combat. Like, I can't switch loadout in combat. Yeah, but anyway, for the elements, for the grind build is going to be acid and earth. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have like come to this conclusion, even like the new players. It just like acid just does a lot of damage in general. Earth does a lot of damage in general. The two moves that I'm particularly using, because most of the other moves that I have in my kit are either sub abilities, companions, or bloodline skills. So you don't really need a lot of element skills unless you don't have. Why are you not using 7 bloodlines for grinding? Don't know if you noticed, right? I don't know if you noticed, but these slots up here, they aren't bloodline slots. It's element slots. These are bloodline slots down here. You know? These are the bloodline slots. These are the element slots. And I would know because I'm pro 40 or max 42 in the game. I've been playing this game for a really long time. So, yeah, you can use 7 bloodlines with a glitch. That's a glitch. I'm talking about new people that don't glitch abuse. This is the best kit for people that don't glitch abuse or anything. Get your pro up. I don't. Having pro rank does nothing. Pro rank does nothing. It doesn't benefit you in any way. Like at all. But anyway. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn off chat and I'm gonna keep going with the video because I need to explain stuff. So for the elements is acid and earth. Most people in new gen and old gen know that acid is just the best for PvE. Like everyone knows that. It's pretty much just common sense at this point. But in terms of earth, a lot of people tend to overlook the fact that Earth Pillars do a shit ton of damage to humanoid bosses and big bosses such as Gen 3 Kurama, Gen 3 Octopop, all the big bosses that you have times. Struggling times? What the fuck am I talking about? All those big bosses that you struggle to kill, Earth Pillars is a really good substitute skill if you don't have Apollo Sand or all these other like bloodlines that do a lot of damage. Plus, Earth is one of the easiest elements to get in the whole game. It's one of the easiest elements to get. It's a 1 in like 5 chance or 1 in 4 chance. It is really easy to get, and it's pretty much the best for PvE apart from Acid. It's like the second best. I've tested out every single bloodline in the game, right? And the only way that any other bloodline comes close to damage than Earth is Pyromania. However, Pyromania needs to use like 2 or 3 skills to match the damage of one skill, which is Earth Pillars. But anyway, for my bloodlines or sub abilities, in terms of damage and not just movement, I'm using Winter Avalanche. A lot of my OGs out there, know that Winter Avalanche is just the best sub ability skill for PvE, and it's not close. Even against humanoid bosses, it does like I think 20,000 or 30,000 per snowball that comes off of the avalanche ramp, right? So even coming off the avalanche ramp, even if like 2 or 3 of the balls were to hit, that's 60,000 damage. And as you can see, a lot of balls tend to come off the ramp. And bosses don't get stunned by the balls because the balls don't push anything back. They just collide with the boss. And that's it. That's it. No, anyway, let's get into the bloodlines. So now, I do have 4 bloodlines, so I'm going to be talking about the 4 bloodlines that people can use. However, I'm also going to do a segment of, bloodlines that you can use even if you have just 2. So if you have 4 bloodline slots, the best in the game right now is Shadow for the C-Spec, as a lot of people know. Shadow C-Spec is pretty much the same as Apollo's third move. It's just pretty much the same thing. It does a shit ton of damage to big bosses. You can use it for humanoid bosses, but it's not really recommended since it doesn't hit multiple times for the humanoid boss. It kind of hits maybe once or twice. For the second bloodline, it's Shiva Okuma. A lot of people know there is a bug, especially with obviously Shindobi surfacing. There's a bug with Shiva Okuma. Am I lagging? No, I'm not. Yeah, there's a bug with Shiva Okuma where if you go into the big Susanoo mode, or the C4 mode as people call it, you can spam the Q-Spec just over and over and over again. And as you can see in the bottom left, it does 120,000 damage per Q-Spec. And that shit has no cooldown, so you can keep spamming that shit. Now, here's a big misconception about Shiva Okuma, right? People say that Shiva Okuma is only good for humanoid bosses, right? Now, that is mainly true since there's a lot of other bloodlines that are, way better than killing Jinchuriki bosses or like big bosses that aren't human than Shiva Okuma. But a lot of people need to realize Shiva Okuma's base damage is 120,000. For a Q-Spec, it's 120,000 for one skill that has no cooldown. So you can use it for big bosses as well. It's not just exclusively for humanoid bosses. You can hit, as long as you hit the boss's hitbox all the time, you can spam the Q-Spec on a big boss and still kill it just as fine as a humanoid boss. The only difference between the humanoid boss and a Jinchuriki boss like Gen 3 Kurama is that Gen 3 Kurama has a lot more health. So people tend to use Apollo Sand and Shadow because it just does a lot more damage because the hitbox for the spikes hit multiple times. I said this before. Now, speaking of Apollo Sand, Apollo Sand's going to be the next bloodline for the quadruple bloodline slots. Now, here is a tech a lot of people know about specifically in Shindo Life. I'm going to explain the tech to you, right? So, in Shindo Life, the skill, how do I say this in a way that makes sense? The way that slots work is, or the way that skills work in more specific terms. So in Shindo Life, the way that slots work in more specific terms, the skill that you're using, it isn't the actual skill that goes on cooldown. I don't know how the fuck you got in here, but I'm not gonna bat an eye. But anyway, it's not the slot. Sorry, it's not the skill that goes on cooldown. It's not the skill. It's the slot that goes on cooldown. And you might be wondering, well, what does this matter about the tech with Apollo Sand? And that is a really, really good question, because not a lot of people, especially the new gens for Shindo, don't know about this. But I'm going to put you all on, since I'm not going to gatekeep anything. So the way that it works, right, is you see my triple, bloodline slots here, right? You don't need any other bloodline slots apart from 3 that you can interchange between each other, right? All bloodlines in the game tend to just... Don't spam, I beg. Like, allow it. But anyway. Let me turn this off, actually, matter of fact. Most bloodlines in the game tend to have 3 bloodline slots for you to interchange between each other, right? So you can use these two skills to interchange this skill. Wait, I didn't even explain the tech yet. Fuck, the video's not going to be in order. I'll just edit it. I'll edit it, it don't matter. Alright, to put it in simple terms, the way that the tech works is that when you use a skill, right? Obviously that slot goes on cooldown. As you can see, the slot has gone on cooldown now, right? The N slot has, gone on cooldown. Even like I'm spamming N, or spam B. I'm spamming N. I cannot use this skill. No matter how hard I try, I cannot use this skill until it comes off cooldown, right? But there's a way to bypass the cooldown. Because like I said, it's not the individual skill that goes on cooldown, it's the slot that goes on cooldown. So, if I was to use the spike skill and change the slot with something that isn't on cooldown, with a skill that isn't on cooldown, I can use it again. Now that's something that not a lot of people know about the game. You can change slots that have a certain skill on cooldown with a skill on a slot that isn't on cooldown. So I'll show it again for everyone that missed it, right? I'll show it again. When you do a move, or when you use a skill on a particular slot, when that slot goes on cooldown, you can change the skill on a different slot and replace it, and then remove or change the skill that you just used into a different slot, and you can use it again. And now this works with any skill in the game. Like every single skill in this game, you can do it for. You can do it with Taijutsu Body Dodge. You can do it with Winter Avalanche. You can do it with Crystal. You can do it with pretty much any skill in the game. Like every single skill that you think that has a slot in your hotbar that is interchangeable, you can do it. You can do this tech with a lot of moves. And particularly, like as the video suggests, you can use this tech for bosses such as, Gen 3 Paul, like right here. So if I was to, fight Gen 3 Paul and I do the tech, right? So that is 1 spike. Change it. That is 2 spikes. Change it in time. He messed up the skill, fuck's sake. But you get the whole point. You catch my you get the whole point. 2 spikes done nearly about a quarter of his health. 2 spikes done a quarter of his health. If I landed all 3 spikes, even when I'm not in mode, by the way, at all. I'm not in mode. Like, I don't have the stat multiplier from you being in a specific mode, right? So using, obviously, you know, the tech where you interchange the skill between slots, you can melt bosses' HP. You can just melt them, right? And you can get records for killing bosses where, you know, sometimes you would have to just like spam all your skills. Like you do like the spike skill, then you do like, I don't know, like crystal, or you do earth, and then like you do winter avalanche, and then you just spam all these skills, and then you need to wait for cooldown, and then it's just like a long thing where you have to wait for cooldowns and all that stuff. But with this tech, you don't need to wait for cooldowns. The only thing that you need to do is just switch between the slots. That's all you need to do. And for the final bloodline, which a lot of people are going to be surprised, is actually crystal. So a lot of people have probably seen online, especially with PvP, that crystal does a lot of damage. And when I mean a lot of damage, I mean like a lot of damage, especially if someone moves within the crystal, right? And crystal works the same way Apollo Sand spike works, right? Each individual spike on the crystal has its own hitbox, and those hitbox can be triggered multiple times depending if someone that you're hitting, depending if like, you know, the certain someone that you're hitting walks into the spikes multiple times, and if the spikes hit that particular hitbox for whoever you're fighting, whether it's NPC, player, or whatever, multiple times, right? It's the same premise, but it's quicker to like output. You can use it for PvP, and it's pretty much a tertiary way of using Apollo Sand spikes when all of your slots for Apollo Sand spikes are on cooldown. So that is my build. Now I'm gonna get into the modes really quick, because I was, you know, like I've been talking about the bloodline skills and stuff, but I haven't really been speaking about the actual modes. For the best modes for each boss, right? Apollo Sand and Crystal are the bloodlines that just do a lot of damage to bosses where the mode is just pretty much terrible. However, Shadow and Shiva Kuma thrive in their mode. The only reason why people use Shadow in particular for a good amount of damage is because, like I said before, Shadow is a secondary skill that you can use to replace Apollo Sand spike move. Like, it's just big spikes. It hits you know, big bosses multiple times. It does a shit ton of damage, pretty much identical to Apollo Sand and Crystal. It does pretty much like the same amount of damage. It's like, I don't know how much damage on the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it does something along the lines of 400,000 to 500,000 damage, and that's if you use a particular Gen 3 or something different, right? Now, that is pretty much the whole thing. That's pretty much the whole thing. Like I said, I had showcased, you know, Shiva Akuma's Q spec. I had showcased Shadow's C spec. So now I'm just gonna give a little bit of you know, a little bit of way, not really, oh, whatever, like, how do I say this? Example, there you go, that's the word. I'm gonna show an example. I keep forgetting words today. No clue why. I just tend to be forgetting words. But anyway, by the way, this is gonna be out of the video, but for like the next point in the video, can I just fight Gen 3 by myself with this mode? Like, just me, so that I can do the, like, showcase the build and stuff. Alright, appreciate it. But an example, or a really, really good example on how this build thrives is against bosses such as Gen 1s. I can literally count to 5 and the boss will be dead. You ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the moment I come out, the boss is dead. It's gone. You kill it in 5 seconds. It's genuinely that this moveset is genuinely that quick at killing bosses. Not to mention, you can use it on any boss. That it doesn't have to be a Jinchogi. You can do it on bosses like Sandcrawler. Now, obviously, Sandcrawler is slightly more harder to kill because it has more HP. But, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Killed it in less than 10 seconds. Killed it in less than 10 seconds. It drops the scroll too. Oh yeah, it did. If anyone needs the scroll, then come get it now. Like anyone that's in the server. I'm gonna give the server code to everyone in a minute. I'm gonna make a new server again as well. So that the newbies can join and stuff and people can grind and stuff. But anyway. So you've seen how this build, you know, thrives against Gen 1s and Gen 3s. I'm gonna get the clip for Gen 3 later. So people have seen how this moveset thrives against, you know, Gen 1s and Gen 3s, but let's see how this moveset thrives against a humanoid boss like Dryamaki, which, if any of you have fought Dryamaki before, it's genuinely horrid to fight this guy. This guy has multiple iframe skills and everything, so I'm going to be using my companion to tank for damage for me. But, you know, I'm going to, like, count or make a timer on screen to showcase how quickly I can kill the boss, right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing my shots. Fuck. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm lagging. 19, 20. Why is someone using a skill? Piss off. I can't do this with people here. I genuinely can't do this with people here. Because this boss keeps going for other people. I can't count, but you get the point. You get the point. I'm probably gonna have to get like another clip of like me killing the boss or whatever with like a timer or some shit. But you get the point. You get the point. I can't hit him because of iframes. Yep, amazing. Just become indestructible for 2 seconds. Like, holy. Do the Ghost Rider boss for showcase. The Ghost Rider boss is literally no better than Dryamaki. It's literally just a permanent insta-stun. Like, all the humanoid bosses in this map are genuinely annoying to go against. Like, genuinely, they are quite annoying to go against. Shadow Bug isn't patched yet? No, it ain't. Is that Billy M1? No, it isn't. It is the Q spec. It's the Q spec. But anyway, that's going to be all for this particular build. Now, I am going to be getting on to the certain bloodlines that can be replaced or can be switched out for other, you know, other bloodlines that you might not have. Like, you might not have Apollo Sand, you might not have Shadow, and you might have, like, all these, like, you know, crappy ones like Crystal and, I don't know, something else. But like I said, I'm going to be showing alternatives that people can use, right? So, alternatives that you can use in terms of bloodlines is Ice is a really good one. Ice is 1 out of 6. Most people tend to get Ice. And, you know, the main skill that is really good about Ice is, I'm pretty sure, the Sphere Blitz, which is this skill? Yeah, this skill. This skill in particular, as you can see, is like a big spike move, which, just to put this out there for anyone that doesn't know, it's pattern recognition. If any of you haven't noticed yet, all of the skills that do spikes or that have like this, like have like a spike looking. Can you just get out the like allow it, please? Yeah, but anyway, any skill that looks like spikes, like for example this, where it's just like big spikes, they do a lot of damage to bosses. That's what I'm gonna say. Any skill that have spikes is really good. Another good bloodline for damage is Emerald. You can use Emerald as well. Emerald has which one is it? Is it Emerald or is it something else? Well, I need to make sure. Is it Emerald? No, that's not it. Yeah, that skill. That's called the second skill. Wait, what about this skill? All right, this skill. It's the second skill. So I need to get rid of all this and go for the second skill, whatever. There you go, and then replace this. You're trying to ask me questions. I'm in the midst of a video. What? I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I'm trying to like, be in the midst of a video and stuff. All right, show me. Quickly, show me. What? What about it? You can make a video on it. I don't know. What is he saying? It's a dupe. Oh, it's getting fixed soon. Well, that's a glitch then. If that's a glitch, then there's no point making a video on it because people can't use it. Like people will be able to use it, but like if it's a glitch and it's getting if you literally said it's getting fixed soon, there's no point making a video on it because it's getting fixed soon. It's like I'm not that desperate for content that I post bugs and stuff. Like I know Shiva Akuma is technically a bug and stuff, don't get me wrong, but that has been in the community for years, and even though they said they fixed it, they haven't fixed it yet. So that's why I'm showing it in this video. That's literally the only thing that I'm showing that is like a bug or a glitch or whatever. Anyway, another good alternative for Bloodlines if you don't have. Is this you? What's up, Nicholas? But anyway, what was it? What was I saying? Oh yeah, another good alternative or another good spike move that is a good alternative for a lot of bloodlines that people might not have is Emerald. Emerald is one of the bloodlines that is not. It's quite difficult to get, but a lot of people tend to overlook this as well. Um, Instead of being the third skill, since it's very similar to Crystal, it's not the third skill, it's the second skill. And the second skill does multiple spikes in 3 separate directions. So it's a massive AoE move. But my tip for Emerald, if anyone is going to use Emerald, try to use it as close to whatever boss you're fighting as possible. Since, like I said, the spikes tend to split out. And, the spikes tend to group up at the point of you producing the skill. So there's a lot of spikes clumped up in this area, or like this little middle area over here, and then as it furthers and furthers out, it splits into 3 separate ones. Now, just to be warned, as someone mentioned in chat, Emerald and Crystal do share global cooldowns with each other. It does have a global cooldown. If no one knows what global cooldown means, it pretty much is trying to read stuff. Yeah, I have the wrong code. It's the wrong code on purpose. Because I don't want people joining this lobby. Like, I made the code so that people can grind together, and I'll do this code for, all of the other stuff that I'm doing, like trying to make the video. Like, I literally said I'm trying to do it by myself, but people still join the servers. Like, I don't mind it, but, like, there's a lot of interruptions with the video and stuff. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I digress. I digress. Does anyone have any other there was Ice and there was Emerald. Those are the two ones that I know of. Is there any other bloodline that is good for killing human bosses in particular now? Is there any bloodline that's good for killing human bosses? Like, chat, this is your time. This is your time to shine. Your suggestion will be said in the video and stuff. Rinshiki and Shindai. Oh yeah, Shindai does a lot. What about Rinshiki does a lot of damage though? What about Rinshiki does a lot of second mode? No, yeah, but what about it? Like, what is it and what about it does a lot of damage? Because I need to put it in for the video and stuff. Like, I need to describe how it works. Everyone spamming Q-Spec, I bet. I'll include that in the video. Lava? Most of skills for lava, like the hitbox is bugged. Most of the skills for lava like just don't do damage. Every single time I've used lava, even in like the new versions of Shindo, I've done it on logs, I've done it on people, I've done it on bosses. It barely does. First of all, it barely does any damage, and second of all, most of the time the hitbox doesn't even like work. Like lava is good, but the hitboxes are bugged. Like the hitboxes doesn't work. Like for most of the stuff, it's like, look, unless they fixed it this update, unless they fixed it. Oh wait, no, did they fix it? They might have fixed it. Oh, okay. What about that skill? Wait, hang on. Let me try it on the logs. Because last time I tried it, it was on logs or whatever. I don't know. Okay, no, they fixed it. Okay, they did fix it. Okay, good. Okay, good. They did fix it. They did fix it. All right. Oh yeah, I have to go on about the global cooldown or whatever because I forgot to finish that. Wait, let me go back to using crystal real quick for the clip. So if you try to use Crystal's last move or any skill for Crystal, and you try to use one of the Crystal skills, it does share a cooldown of, I think, roughly 20 seconds, give or take, between each skill. I can show that right now, actually. So, Crystal, can't spell. There you go. Crystal and Emerald. That's H. This is G. There you go. Yep. Who lied? Who lied about the global cooldown? Because it genuinely doesn't. Who lied? You lie. You lied. You liar. I know that I'm pretty sure it depends on the skill. I think these skills. No, it doesn't. What do you mean? It literally does not share global cooldown. What are you talking about? None of the skills share global cooldown. Okay, one skill one skill change on one skill change. Okay, goes on global cooldown. Okay, my bad. One skill goes on global cooldown, which is the last one. But it's the second, and this it's the second skill, and like these skills don't have a shed cooldown. They don't. So there's no point including that in the video then. There's no point. Wasted all this time saying all this bullshit. I'm terrible at doing fucking YouTube, bro. I need to like actually like I need to like do some stuff. Does Shiva Kuma still work? Yes, it does. Crystal and Emerald Third both have global cooldowns with Pump Slayer type weapons. Hmm. Alright, but anyway. If you need an editor, hit me up. I have experience. Hey, if you go into my link tree, there's a Discord server. If you go in my Discord server where you know it's just easier to find me on Discord. If you DM me, I'll give you a video to edit. I'll get like I have a bunch of unedited videos that I'm gonna edit myself. I can give you some videos to edit, and I'll hop in a call with you, and then we'll go in like we'll actually like edit it together or whatever. Like I generally don't mind doing that. Like if you like shit, if you're gonna like if you're doing the edit stuff and you like editing, go like in my link tree there's a Discord server where you know what you call it. It's just easier to find my account instead of like posting it somewhere because you know it's just if I give away my Discord account to everyone, people are just gonna spam request me and all that stuff. So just go into my Discord server and send me a DM. And really quick, just saying, just so I know that it's you and you're not a fake. I'm gonna real quick just click on your thing, right? On your account, just like take a picture of your actual like name and stuff, because on your own account, when you view your own account, you can't message yourself. Like you can't message your own account, right? So if you like go on your own account, it says following, follower, likes, and whatever. So when you take a picture of like your actual TikTok profile and send it, because I know what your name is and all that stuff. Like I know what your TikTok profile looks like and stuff. Like take a picture of like the account, just so I know that it's actually you when you send me the DM, so that I know this person is the person that I'm gonna be, you know, doing all that shit for. But anyway, I digress. I digress. Yeah. Hi JT, remember me? If you're someone from Shindo, I tend to remember people's avatars, but I don't tend to remember people's names on TikTok. Because there's a lot of people that pass by every day. Or at least every single time I go live. So I don't remember your TikTok account, but if you are on Shindo, I reckon I would. I feel like that profile picture is a little bit familiar, to be fair, though. I feel like that profile picture is familiar. What is the microphone picking up? Oh, I don't know. Alright, let me get the, real quick, let me get the clip for Apollo Sand. Don't do the boss just yet. Let me do it real quick. I need to get the clip for Apollo Sand so that I can, you know, showcase the build and stuff for the video. You can use Acid Cloud sub ability. It does a ton of damage. Acid Cloud sub ability doesn't do that much damage though. Unless I'm using it wrong. Like every single time I used it before, it just like Never mind. You've been using it wrong. I'm always at Eli, but you're not in the mood. Like, my timing sucks. Oh, well, I'm in the mood today. I'm very happy today. Can I join or not? Yeah, listen, a lot of people will be able to join a lot of grind things. We're going to do grind sets in a minute. I'm just, doing a video for YouTube and stuff. So let me just get the clip of me fighting Apollo Gen 3 for 2 seconds. And then after that, I'm going to do the outro and then... Okay, whatever. I'll probably get a clip of like me saying I'll get like a time or some shit. That's actually a really good idea. Dead. Don't know what the time was. Not keeping track. But yeah. Alright, where should I do the outro? Where should I do the outro? I'll just do it up here, fuck it. Someone's scripting. Is Code Gaiden good? Code Gaiden is really, really good. It is really good. But anyway, this is going to be my specific PvE or grinding build for, your Shinobi life. A lot of people in my streams have been asking to, see my PvE build because I tend to kill bosses very, very quick. I am max 42. This is the specific build that I've used basically since the dawn of time to kill bosses, earn ranks, earn Rio in general. Like I have like almost 50 million Rio. I use this build for Rio as well. It's like I use this build for pretty much everything. So I don't need to say so at the end of that. I don't know why. I don't know why I tried to carry on the sentence. 2 seconds. Anyway, if you found this video helpful or this like grind PvE build helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you need like any specific other bloodlines that I haven't mentioned in this video, you can either comment it down below or go on my Discord server and tell me about them, because the meta for Shindo since the game is popping off is always changing, always updating. There's a lot of things that maybe I don't even know, like certain texts, certain temporary glitches that we might be able to abuse so that people can get a little boost in EXP and Rio for, the short amount of time that the glitch is active and all that good stuff. So anyway, appreciate everyone for watching. It's been JT and I'll see you a lot later. 1, 2